Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Jason with me. We just lost 1-0 to West Ham here at the Emirates. Jason, I mean, I want to get your take on this, because it feels like now, from here going forward, it's not looking positive at all. I mean, some fans might have seen from the Leicester performance, there was 80 minutes of bad football. We got an out of jail free card with Mika Moreno saving us. But coming to this game, a West Ham team at home, you'd expect a better showing than what we saw today.
Yeah, first and foremost, a little bit of context, because obviously a young Arsenal fan lost his life this week through suicide. Life's tough, you know. We should all feel like we can be confident enough to speak to people around us, and you know, I think any of us would much rather take a phone call at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning than we would be up sad, consoling mothers, consoling parents, consoling families. So thoughts and families with Jacob and his family and friends. And yeah, I mean, footballing wise, yeah, poor. You know, we spoke after the Leicester game, and I think one of the things I said to you at the Leicester game was, my concern is what happens if we go 1-0 down. And as soon as we went 1-0 down today, I was like, and we conceded at the worst possible time.
Yeah, just before
44 minutes on the clock, and you're going like it's bad, and then that happens, and you go, this is really bad.
Should he have done anything at that half-time point, or is that because I was speaking to people on the stream online saying, well, what does he do here? Does he bollock the team and say stick with it and just bollock them and hope for a reaction, or do you make a change? I mean, the changes are very limited, and we saw some changes in the end, but didn't do much.
It seemed like they got a bit of a rocket because he sent them back out a bit early. Okay. He made the changes 10 minutes into the half, so he obviously knew what he was looking for, didn't see it, and therefore felt the need to make the changes. Yeah. Whether they were the right changes, I'm not sure. I don't know if bringing 2 left backs on when you're chasing a game and chasing a goal is the right approach. Again, we spoke last week about what the front line should be this week. Yep. Should it be Sterling? I thought it should have been. Yeah. I think we spoke about, you know, confidence, but not just confidence. I think there's something for me around playing up front and playing in a position that you're not normally playing in, where there's just something about efficiency. Yeah. and how fluid you look, and how you know how to disrupt defenders and those sorts of things. And Moreno doesn't have that. I think 10-15 minutes to go on and just cause a bit of chaos and kind of just crash about and do stuff. We saw that last week. We cannot keep going with square pegs and round holes. So, you know, he's going to have to figure something out in terms of saying we've got X amount of attackers, and we now have to formulate a structure that works around those attackers. Some big players today were poor and didn't show up. Saliba, poor. Thought Rice was poor. Thought Partey was pretty poor. Odegaard, very, very, very poor. And when you've got those players of that calibre playing in the centre of the park, you know, the ones that you look to when things are going wrong, when things are tough, the ones you look to drag the team out of it, and then not performing, you're asking for it. I thought West Ham was solid today. People have seemed to be giving them a bit of stick. I thought they came in with a game plan. I thought they played it very, very, very well. Once they got their goal, there was no reason for them to do anything more than they did. As a result of that, they looked like they could score every time the ball went into our half, and you're struggling really, because like, we can talk about January. After the Leicester game, when people were going on about January, my view was, we can't keep going on about it. It's done. But there's a big problem. I think I said last week, it's a long 3 months. We've got a long 3 months. So for me, I'm really disappointed today. Yep. The only saving grace I will have is that, again, the other thing that I said was, let's look at it in blocks. Let's look at it in blocks of block of 3 games. Yep. Where are we? What's the gap? Where are we? What Liverpool do? You know, because if we're reactionary after every single game, we're going to be super high when they've dropped points, super low when we've dropped points. We're going to watch tomorrow. They might lose tomorrow. Hope comes back. We go to Forest on. So rather than being up and down and reactionary after every single performance, let's see where we are when we go into the international break. Come out the international break. Where are we in the middle of April? But if we're seeing more of that, I'm concerned.